I'm trying to put a good face on this, but I don't give a shit about any of that, Tom Brady. I mean, I'm bracing for Tom Brady to be everywhere. Like, he went away for a year, and this year he's going to be everywhere. Everywhere you turn, everywhere you look. I got an email yesterday. He's got an article in the Harvard Business Review about how to properly lead a team or something like that. There's a point where it's just too much. And he did that thing back in April where he suggested he might be available to come back and play this year. Haven't heard much about that since then, in part because nobody seemed to take the bait on potentially pursuing him to be their week 1 starter. But the way he explained it in April, somebody gets injured, help, maybe the Vikings should sign him. I mean, he made himself generally available if there's an injury during the season to come back and play. But It's going to be all Brady all the time. We're going to see and hear more from Brady now than we ever did. I'm just saying, there's a point of saturation that we can reach with everything. And I think some folks are going to reach the saturation point with Tom Brady this year.
Well, we'll see. I mean, you're right. He is everywhere. It's going to continue to be everywhere. I watched that whole YouTube video that he made there, like that was in. He made this video of his trip over to Paris, and he was, of course, in Italy with his daughter. It was kind of cool. It was, but I thought of you because at one point, the guy holding the camera goes, how do you stay? He goes, well, I'm staying in good shape, so all those young bucks out there know if they don't play well, I could still come in and play. He said that, and I thought of you, and I thought, oh, Florio's going to see this and go, oh, see, he still might play. I don't know what's going to happen, but yeah.
But he's the one that keeps.
I know.
It's like there's a little bit of this Jerry Jones. I just want you to talk about me. I mean, maybe there's a genius to it. He's positioned himself so he's the subject of conversation, whether it's good, bad, or otherwise. Look, we're talking about him right now. It's working. He wins. Bravo. He should write a letter or a column for the Harvard Business Review that talks about how to stay in the public eye even when you're not doing anything. So he did that last year, and now he will be smack dab in the public eye because he's going to be the number 1 analyst on Fox. Did a practice game this weekend with Kevin Burkhardt.
Yeah.
And he said several years ago, he envisions retiring, watching football, and thinking, these guys suck. I can play better than them right now. Now, he's going to be getting good games every week. It's not like he's going to be doing, the teams with bad rosters and bad quarterback play. But I'm sure he's going to be frustrated at some point this year when he's studying for games or calling games that there are guys out there who aren't playing as well as he could play right now. And it'll be interesting to see how he processes that and what he says about that when he's calling these games.
Yeah, I agreed. I'm excited. I'm excited for it. I am. I will say that. I do want to hear him announce games. I think he's got great nuance, and he's got a lot more personality than I think people even realize. We'll see how willing he is to, take some hard stance on some teams and do all that. But I certainly think I think he'll be able to teach us some stuff. And you'll see that he's pretty funny and all of that as well. Of course, he's Tom Brady. He's smart. He's quick-witted. He's good like that.
And there's still this thing looming with him possibly owning a piece of the Raiders. We reported a couple of weeks back that Richard Seymour and Tom Brady joined forces to try to address some of these financial realities because it was going to be a very sweetheart deal for Tom Brady. Richard Seymour wasn't getting that same deal. They've come together, and that could be official as soon as October. And I still think that opens a can of worms that Tom Brady shouldn't want to open. But if nobody's going to tell him no, then what the hell? Go do it. Be a part owner of the Raiders and be calling all these other games, and we'll see what guardrails they put in place. There's going to be a clear conflict of interest, but Tom Brady gets what he wants, and it looks like it's going to happen this year. He's going to end up being part owner of the Raiders, and he's not going to have any real limitations on what he does as a broadcaster, and none of that matters. None of that matters because we go forward with football, and we get to see and hear what Tom Brady thinks, and will he be as candid as what he's thinking inside of his brain at any given moment. Hi, it's Mike Florio. Thanks for watching PFT on YouTube. Hit subscribe for the latest news and analysis from Pro Football Talk.